from now on! That's easy to answer. You just need to become me. You are me after all. Thank you for everything you've done. But it's all right now.
Y'all ever had a vision that you knew so strongly was destiny through the depths of your essence, but it's in your head? And it's like people outside of your head try and tell you how you gotta be, and to deter you from showing up authentically. You catch yourself starting to believe the shit, like blah blah blah. That'd be annoying.
Hey y'all, welcome to Aniyah's Notes. I am your host, AniyahJelisa. Thank you so much for joining me here on today. If you're new here, then welcome on in. If you are already subscribed, then thank you so much for returning and subscribing. I'm happy to see everybody. I'm happy to feel y'all energy. I can't really see you. But yeah, so today we're going to be doing a Scorpio collective reading. So today we're going to be focused. I got my little notebook right here, so I don't forget nothing. But today we're going to be doing what is the theme of Scorpio season 2024? Okay. If you know where I got that from, then please put it in the comments because you're funny and you be on the internet too much, just like me. We're also going to be doing what are we learning in Scorpio season, what challenges is Scorpio season likely to bring, but also what gifts is Scorpio season likely to bring, okay? So, and then at the end, I'm going to just be channeling some open messages from my own oracle and affirmation decks. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to pull like two oracle cards for each section, and we have again 4, so it's themes, learning, challenges, gifts. So go ahead and grab you something to drink. Okay, I just got water today. Get you something to drink, a little snacky snack. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you would like to book a personal, if you would like to donate to the channel, or if you would like to subscribe to my Patreon, which I don't even be talking about this, y'all, but I'm gonna start talking about it. Y'all, I write blog posts, so I write the same things that I talk about in these readings pretty much. I write about my realizations, things that I'm learning, the wisdom that I've gained over my own journey into blog posts, articles, things like that. I do also have exclusive readings on there at the moment. There's like old readings on there, but they're still, accurate. They can still resonate with you, but they are old. But yeah, I'm in the process of adding some more readings. I just added lots of writing to the Patreon, but yeah, I want to record some exclusive readings as well. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Also down below, you can check out the intro song, and I think that's it. If you'd like to donate to the channel, never expected, but always appreciated, down below. Readings down below, Patreon down below, intro song down below. I think that's it. And we don't have timestamps today because this is a collective. Let's get it. So let's go ahead and start with the theme. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Let me real quick. Okay, period. We're in there. So, Spirit, what is the theme of this 2024 Scorpio season? What is the theme? Okay, and today I'm using my Deviant Moon Tarot deck because I just feel like I have to. This is what it looks like. I like doing collectives when I'm on the camera because this feels more similar to like my TikTok readings. It just feels a little more personal, I can show my personality a little bit more. Whereas when I'm doing the pick of cards and I'm just showing the cards, I don't know, it lacks a bit of that personal touch. You got my voice, but you don't have the body, the face. You don't have everything. Okay, so today we're giving it everything. I always love doing the Zodiac collectives as well because I just noticed that like something about them is the energy is always really good. So I'm excited about Scorpio season. So far, we've been in Scorpio season for about 4 days now. Already putting me through the ringer, honestly, quite frankly. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into it, Spirit. What is the theme of this 2024 Scorpio season? One card, please, Spirit. We have the 6 of Wands, but it came out in reversed. But I kind of feel like it can go either way. but it did come out in reverse. So let's go ahead and get a clarifying card for this. I'm going to be using my Mother Peace mini tarot deck for clarification. Spirit, what is the clarification for the theme? What is the theme of this Scorpio season? What the freak? I know you're kidding me. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought this was Six of Wands too, but this is the Six of Pentacles. So interesting. Okay. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Queen of, sorry, I got distracted. We have the Queen of Wands and the Devil. On the back of this deck, I didn't even look. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So I didn't even mean to use all these cards, but it just happened. But trying to stick to, just what's on here with these two. With the Six of Wands reversed and then the Six of Pentacles, I feel like the theme of Scorpio season is going to have a lot to do with us trying to find balance in, like, there's this energy of how much we work for something versus how much we attract something here. Okay, here are the cards, just so that you guys can see them. Because with the Six of Wands, this can talk about like public perception, achieving goals, achieving accolades, things like that. With this being in reverse, I feel like you may find that you are offered something in Scorpio season that maybe is not your dream opportunity, that maybe you feel like is not putting you on a certain pedestal that you would like to be on, but it is going to be something that gives to you equally. It is going to be something that you will experience reciprocity, and it's something that is going to benefit you materially. So for example, this could be you getting a job that is maybe not your dream job, but it is going to pay well, and it's going to be what you need to balance out your finances. You know what I'm saying? But this might not be the kind of job that you go and brag to people about that you got, because maybe it's not, a glamorous type of job. Maybe it's not the type of job that, people in society, their eyes, bug out and gleam when they hear, that when they meet somebody who does that job, but it's still something that pays well. Okay, this could even be where it's something that's just boring. It doesn't even have to be like this does have to do with public perception, but this even could be something where it's just like something that seems boring or mundane or just not exciting actually turns out to have a nice payout. Or again, there's something here about it giving to you. And take this how it resonates with all my readings, with any reading, not even just mine. But this could even be something in terms of, for those of you who are into dating people, maybe you find somebody who, maybe this person isn't the most attractive person that you've ever dated, but they treat you really well, and they have a really great personality, and there's still a positive relationship to be had with this person, even if maybe you don't see them as arm candy or something like that, because there's this energy here about, I think Scorpio season, the theme here, I feel like, is unraveling shallowness or getting to the root of something. That's what I'm getting with this. So overall, like, whether this is going to apply for you in terms of dating somebody who maybe isn't brag worthy on paper, but they actually treat you very well, or maybe you get a job that's not brag worthy on paper, but it pays well. Okay, this could even be having or developing a routine or a lifestyle that is boring or mundane, or it's not something that makes for good Instagram content. Excuse me. The other readers would say confirmation verb. I think that's a little ridiculous, but to each their own. I think it's funny when people say that, but that would have been one of those. Okay, but this could even be you shifting into a different lifestyle that is, again, it's like boring or mundane, or maybe it's not glamorous, or again, making for good Instagram content, but you're going to be safe, stable, secure. Okay, that's very interesting. Let's go ahead and get an oracle card. Not another, it's my first one. Spirit, what is the theme of Scorpio season this year? For some reason, I feel like Scorpio season, because Scorpio season brings like transformations and things like that. I feel like a lot of this is going to have to do with the ego and taming the ego from those impulsive decisions that don't work out for you in the long term. Okay. So this is, literally, I'm hearing this Scorpio season is going to bring out or show you the results of your impulsiveness and give you the opportunity to change that. Because literally here we have the Six of Fire reversed, but then the Six of Pentacles, and I'm taking that upright, and this is earth energy. So there's this energy about like taming your impulses, like learning how to actually wield your passionate energy instead of just being impulsive. Learning how to be patient in terms of allowing things to take time to unfold instead of trying to rush into an outcome. Okay. And therefore, that transforming the amount of abundance that you're able to carry in the future, because this is about like learning how to prioritize long-term comfort, stability over short-term impulses. For some of you, this could even have to do with your spending, where maybe you're not going to be, living the best lifestyle in Scorpio season. Maybe you're going to be wanting to reel it in and actually have a budget and stick to a budget and just put your money towards things that are going to bring you more happiness in the long term. Because I do feel like if you've been resonating with my readings, then 2024 has been a roller coaster of a year. Okay. And you probably have gone through phases where you were not in the best place financially, or maybe in your dating life you went through a drought, or you went through situationships or breakups or things like that, or just instability in different ways. And that instability is going to show up in different aspects of everyone's life, so take whatever resonates with you. But it feels like this year has really brought us face to face with what we perceive as instability, chaos, not knowing the next step, the unknown, all of that. And I think that Scorpio season is giving us the opportunity to learn from everything that we've been through and learn how to actually think ahead and take actions that will match us up with our future self. Not just from a place of trying to manifest something, but also from a place of loving ourselves enough to think about our future self and to not only think about our present self. Does that make sense? I hope so. Spirit, what is the theme? Oh, Scorpio, I can't make this up if I tried. Okay, what is the theme of Scorpio season? Discipline. I can't make this up if I tried. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. That's what I mean. Scorpio is about transformation. So I feel like what is dying, transformation, death, new beginnings. Okay. I feel like what Scorpio season is killing or putting. Can I say that on YouTube? I'm sorry. Well, mine should not monetize yet anyway, so I can say what I want to say. Anyways, what Scorpio season is bringing is going to be that discipline, and what is ending is again like the impulsiveness, the decisions. It's like, will we eventually get to this place of being in that six of wands, where maybe we do have just buku money, and we're swimming in money, and maybe we do have something that we feel like is like superficially bragworthy, or something that's like a status symbol or a status marker or things like that. It's not to say that we are not allowed to enjoy those types of things in life, but it's just that the foundation and us having this stable energy, this earth energy, is what's going to allow us to actually be able to build upon something, as opposed to having a spark of abundance, or just a really good weekend, or a really night fling with somebody, or a really good little situationship, but it ends up not turning into something because it's not built on anything solid. And so you get it, you experience that, but it's very short lived. Okay. Whereas if we just take things a little bit slower, and we, it's not even about sacrificing, but if we just allow ourselves to be patient in the present and to be okay with what we have now, and allow ourselves to think ahead and to take actions based on what's going to benefit us more in the future, even if it's not going to give us that benefit right now in this present moment, doing that anyways, because it will benefit us in the future. So definitely discipline is a heavy theme here. Okay. I feel like in most of Scorpio season, we are still going to be in those, I want to say it's Pluto is still going to be in Capricorn, and Saturn is also still in Pisces. So I feel, but these transits are coming to an end in Scorpio season. And so I think that on an energetic level, because I'm not an astrologer, but I just know a little something. But on an energetic level, this feels like Scorpio season is like the final shebang. Like it's like the finale. It's like the peak of all of this energy. And I feel like it's going to be coming down on us in a way that is allowing us to transform in order to be able to take the most advantage of the opportunities that are going to be coming once these energies astrologically clear up. Okay, so you guys could definitely watch my TikTok, because I was speaking about this in a reading that I did recently on TikTok. I think I did it yesterday, actually. But yeah, there's this energy here about wanting to, I feel like Scorpio season, the theme of Scorpio season is really going to be setting a foundation. Okay, let me get one more oracle card and then we will move on to what are we going to be learning. Spirit, what is the clarification for the overall theme of Scorpio season 2024? Just one card, please, Spirit. Let me just pick one up. Most likely. I'm going to take this one. We have skeleton with strength. So yeah, I definitely feel like Scorpio season is going to be about us having the strength to go through this transformation, quite literally. I think that's kind of basic, maybe a little cliche even, but I really do think that's the energy, because I think that with this discipline here, it's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be hard, but this season, this Scorpio season, I feel like is going to test our ability here with this Six of Wands in reverse to tame our ego, to tame our human desire, to tame our impulses, to tame our desire for short-term satisfaction and instant gratification. Scorpio season is definitely a time where patience will be rewarded. Like, I definitely feel like patience will be rewarded. Like I said, some of y'all could even be getting a new job, and it might be a thing where, you know, in the maybe towards the beginning of Scorpio season, or while we're in Scorpio season, you're just putting in the work at your new job, but you're waiting on your first paycheck. You know, something like that, where it's like, you know, in order for you to really maximize that, it's best for you to maybe be on a budget and to not be going crazy with your spending in the meantime, because maybe you're already not in the best of a financial situation, or maybe you have just enough. So it's like you need to manage what you have so that when the time comes, you're able to, you know, pay for, you know, your whatever bills need to be paid or whatever like that in the meantime, until boom, you start getting your checks rolling in. You know what I'm saying? This could be again in terms of dating, where maybe this, for some of you, I feel like it could be where you are maybe going through like a single season, or it could be that you're dating somebody who's not physically your type, or they're not what you're used to physically, but you really like them, but it feels like there's like some hesitancy here. And I feel like something about taking more time to get to know this person instead of just writing them off because maybe it's not initially what you're used to would actually be beneficial for you in the long term. Or this could be something where maybe, you know, you've been single for a while and you kind of horny. You know, like you just are like, I'm bored. I'm a little horny. Like I want to, you know, be with somebody. I want to be around people. I want to date or whatever. But maybe, you know, you have not met anybody that you feel like is actually in alignment with the kind of partner that you see yourself being with in the next phase of your life. Maybe it's, you know, Scorpio season is going to be bringing that up and wanting you to stay disciplined until the right person comes into your life, instead of just going with somebody just because you're bored and just because your body is having desires. Okay, especially in Scorpio season, because Scorpio season might enhance those desires and intensify those desires. Okay, so yeah, definitely the theme of Scorpio season is discipline, honey. Discipline, strength, patience, consistency. It's so interesting because even though this is a water sign, I definitely feel like this energy is heavily like earth, firmly planted, practical type of energy. Okay. So that's what we have for the theme. Let's go ahead and get into what's next. What are we learning in Scorpio season? Okay. Let's get into it. Spirit, what will we be learning as a collective in Scorpio season? Spirit, what will we be learning in Scorpio season? What will we be learning in Scorpio season? What shall we be learning in Scorpio season? One card, please, Spirit. Yeah. In Scorpio season, what will we be learning? We have the 10 of Wands. So we're going to be learning how to do well under pressure. Like I said, this energy feels heavy. This energy feels firm, like a rock, like a boulder. This is making me think about Demon Slayer. I don't want to spoil anything, but just know that there was a particular couple of scenes, a particular little storyline where actually two storylines, or no, it was one of, okay, look. There were two storylines in the show. I'm going to try not to spoil anything crazy. there's two storylines in the show where, in order for the main character to move on, Tanjiro, he had to overcome challenges that had to do with earth energy, one being a rock and one being a literal tree, or it also probably was a rock. Boulders and trees, okay, earth energy. He had to, move these things in different ways, and obviously they were hard as fuck, heavy as fuck, and it was very challenging for him to do so, but that was what he needed to do in order to move forward. Okay, and both of these challenges were towards the end of a season of training, okay? And I think that's why I'm getting this, because it's like I said, with these transits that I mentioned earlier with Pluto and Saturn coming to an end in Scorpio season and like wrapping up, it's like a buildup of all of this energy from the year of all the challenges that we've gone through, everything that this year has been. And I know this year has really been challenging and crazy for like everybody on a collective level in one way or another. And I think that Scorpio season is about bringing all of that to an end. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy because the last couple of readings that I did, the last reading I did, I had the 9 of Wands and I had 9s, and I was saying, yes, we're tired, but the 9 is gearing up to the 10, and now we have the 10 of Wands. And yes, the 10 of Wands does represent that burden and carrying that burden. But, okay, let's also think about, okay, well, what are the other 10s? The other 10 is the 10 of Swords, where you're like, well, you also been stabbed in the back a lot socially, and you had to cut off people, and you had to cut off toxic things. But then what's the other one? It's the 10 of Pentacles, okay? That abundance, the 10 of Cups, that emotional fulfillment. So I do feel like Scorpio season, we are going to be learning really again how to deal with a lot, how to alchemize everything that we're carrying, how to transmute everything that we're carrying, and how to be strong. We literally just had strength with one of the themes, okay? So Scorpio season is literally like that last push. Scorpio season is when you're at the end of a race, you're at the end of a marathon, you're at the end of a training, you're at the end of something where you've been busting your ass for a long time. And this is like in those last final moments, you're so fucking tired. And you just want to stop, and you just want to give up because you're so fucking tired, you're exhausted. You're on the verge of a breakdown because you're so exhausted, you're so drained. But it's like right when you think about giving up, then your brain and your body starts to think, well, wait a minute. I didn't come this far just to go this far. I didn't go through every single last one of these wands in the journey of picking up all these wands just to end here with these wands and let this last wand defeat me when I'm this close to being on the other side of this. That's crazy. So, if I'm tired, if I'm exhausted, if I need to scream, if I need to cry, if I need to throw up and cry and slide down the wall, I've been saying that the past couple of readings. If I need to just give into my anxiety and just give into my emotions and cry and just be upset for a day, so be it. But I'm not going to actually stop. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop going along my journey, because at the end of the day, I still have somewhere to be. At the end of the day, yes, things may feel very hard right now, but I know that everything in life is temporary and that life moves in seasons, and this is just one of them. And it's like there is this knowing on a collective level. Literally, I can't make it up. We have death. This is the end. This is the end of a chapter, of a hard chapter. And it's ending off with a bang. It's ending off, it's like this is one of those cases where it's like things might get a little worse before they get better. This is like you might start to see the new beginnings coming in, but at the same time, excuse me, it's like you're seeing the new beginnings coming in and you're getting to that point of, knowing, like in this image here, there's the skeleton, but there's also the snake shedding that old skin, okay? Shedding this tired old skin to reveal this beautiful new red and yellow striped skin here. So there's this energy that it's like things are dying at the same time that new things are being born. In this Scorpio season, because of the fact that it is about that death and rebirth, it might feel like there are times when what's dying and the weight of the grief of the struggle of trying to carry something that's kind of failing, and you know, you don't really know too much about what's going to happen moving forward, and you see the new beginnings, but they're not there yet tangibly, maybe for you to touch them and grab them yet. So you're still just working with something that's already dying. You're still just working with something that is ending. It's like you're still working with your old frequency that is literally leaving you. And so it's like falling apart. And so it's not really that stable over here yet. It's not stable over here anymore because it's dying. But then this new foundation is coming in, you know it's there, but it's like physically, I feel like in Scorpio season it's gonna still be like, it's gonna get closer. Like I said, this is kind of the energy where it's like you meet somebody new, they're not quite your type, you don't know where it's gonna go, but you have somebody to talk to. So it's like they're there, but it's like y'all might not be on a place where you're talking every day and you really like them yet, you know. Or if you get a new job, it's like, okay, you boom, you're hired in Scorpio season, but you're still having to do your training and your onboarding, your orientation, and you're still haven't got your first check yet. So it's like it's there, but it's not quite solid. But this over here is like crumbling, honey. So it's just about you learning how to navigate that, learning how to rely on yourself, I think also learning how strong you become as well. Because I think that even though maybe sometimes you feel like you're not really doing well or you're not pushing through well enough, you're doing very, very well for what you have, I'm hearing. And you've been very resourceful, you've been very resilient, you've been very patient and consistent. And yeah, you might make mistakes sometimes or slip up sometimes and have your emotional moments or have your moments of thinking impulsively or, making impulsive decisions. But ultimately, you are on the right track. And I do feel like Scorpio season feels like the end. It feels like the end of the old frequency. Okay, that's really what it feels like. But let's see, Spirit, what are we learning in Scorpio season? I don't know if that, yep. We have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. We're learning to also trust ourselves in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the storm, okay? Because again, it's like the foundation that's coming in, it's like it's there, but it's not quite here yet. And so it's like a lot of Scorpio season is going to be about having discipline towards something that you can't physically see it. So this is about you, I'm hearing this is about you budgeting money that you don't even have yet. This is about you creating a plan for the money that you don't have yet. This is about you creating a plan for your schedule for the job that you finna get that you might not have yet. This is about you learning how to be a better partner, learning how to better communicate for the partner that you may not have, but you're finna have soon. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy. This is about you literally, somebody could be pregnant, I'm hearing, because the next analogy that I got was this could be you, this is like you decorating your nursery in your home before you give birth to a baby. You finna have a baby, so we're preparing the nursery, we're getting the diapers ready, we're getting the clothes ready, we're getting everything ready. Or even physically, when a woman is pregnant, she knows she's getting ready to have birth, she might be eating certain foods, drinking certain foods, doing lots of stretching or exercising in ways to strengthen her body for the birth. Things like that. This is literally what that feels like. This feels like that last push, that last era. This is the last trimester, figuratively, and maybe even literally for some of you. Take it how it resonates, okay? So we're learning how to be strong. We're learning how to push through in that last bit when we're tired and we want to be done, but it's almost there. Like we're almost to the end of, and when I say the end, it just feels like the end feels like the end of a phase where we're waiting for this new phase. And this new phase is a phase that feels more stable, more fulfilling, both emotionally and financially, specifically. Okay. Spirit, what else are we learning in Scorpio season? We have winter, the sacredness of pausing. So again, I feel like Scorpio season is going to slow us down. We might not be able to be as quick moving again as impulsive as we would like to be. So this is like you get an idea to do something and maybe you don't have the money to just do it right away. So you have to kind of not put it on the back burner, but you have to be more resourceful about how you go about it. Or again, you get that new job, you're excited, but it's like, of course, you're not going to see that money for a couple weeks. Overall, there's just this energy of, because I don't want to keep repeating myself, there's this energy of pausing, having that discipline, having discipline amongst chaos and being patient, even when you're not seeing what it is that you're manifesting in the physical reality yet. Scorpio season, I feel like, is going to really help us to learn how to trust the universe and trust in ourselves, by putting us through that last obstacle course to just see if we got it or not. Like, it feels like that. Okay. So moving on, what are the challenges? I mean, at this point, I think we've already discovered the challenges, but let's just go ahead and get into it and see what Spirit has to say. Okay. So, Spirit, what are the challenges that Scorpio season will likely bring up for us? What are the challenges that Scorpio season will likely bring up for us as a collective? Ah, the chaos. What I just say? Spirit, what challenges will Scorpio season potentially present? One card, please, Spirit. I feel like even patient with these shuffles, because I feel like sometimes these shuffles are taking a little longer than typically. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that's what I mean. It's like you might definitely, the challenge for Scorpio season is going to be knowing that change is around the corner, and knowing that it's super close, and knowing that you still have to be present in the moment, and knowing that you can't rush to the end, knowing that you can't rush, the transits to change, knowing that you can't rush this new beginning that is right there. You can feel it, you can damn near taste it, but it's still not quite there in the present moment, and you still finding a way to be satisfied, to keep faith alive, to believe in yourself, and to still maintain a sense of peace of mind despite it not being physically there yet. Okay, with this Ace of Pentacles reversed. So Scorpio again is a lot of this has to do with patience. And yeah, we have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, but then we also have the Nine of Cups. So yeah, it's like, no, like a lot of this is going to have to do with taming the mind. Taming the mind in Scorpio season is going to be really important, because I feel like emotionally we may be susceptible to our physical circumstances, and just not seeing things reflected. It could have an emotional effect on us, and I think that it's going to be important for us in Scorpio season to really stay grounded, but also stay connected to our intuition, and stay in a high vibrational mindset, okay, to know that, okay, I'm feeling these feelings, but I know that ultimately everything is going to work out, and I'm going to allow myself to feel my feelings and to process my feelings, but I'm still going to make sure that I continue moving in a forward direction no matter what. Okay, and that's where that strength comes in. Spirit, what else are we going to be learning in Scorpio season? Okay, so 2 cards came out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take these. We have the Queen of Swords, and then we have the Six of Wands. And we had the Six of Wands come out in the theme reverse. So what the challenge is again to remain solid in your stance, remain firm in your decision, even when you're not quite seeing the results yet. That's what Scorpio season is going to be about. And I do feel like there needs to be a dance here of knowing when to pull on what part of yourself, knowing when to be logical versus knowing when to lean more into your emotions, knowing when to be grounded in reality, and when to use your mind to get into a bird's eye view perspective, a higher perspective where you can see above your situation. Because there's going to be times where you're going to be put in a situation where, in order for you to not feed into anxiety or feed into fear or feed into lack or feed into sadness, you're going to have to mentally put yourself in the space of knowing, like, once it already has happened, or jumping ahead in the future. But then at the same time, you're also going to need to know when it's important for you to be present, because maybe there's something that you might be worried about or anticipating in the future, that causes anxiety. So it's like knowing, based on what situation you're dealing with, how to self-soothe, essentially, how to soothe yourself and get yourself to, like, self-regulating. Okay, a lot of this has to do with, like, your nervous system and your response to things, because I think that If you are resonating with my readings, then you could be somebody who's been into subliminals or affirmations or meditating or EFT tapping or different methods to get yourself into a positive state of mind or to calm your nervous system when you experience stressful situations in life. And so I feel like Scorpio is going to have its own situations, but the overall lesson here and the challenge is going to be knowing how to regulate yourself, knowing how to become self. And again, this feels like this is something that you've already been working on. So it's like, again, that last obstacle course where it's like testing you, and not to test you to see that if you're worthy or anything, but it's just like, it's really not even about testing you, but it's just like, if you pass this obstacle course, then you will be granted entry into something else. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you make the right decisions, and when I say, I don't want you to get even caught up in right and wrong, but it's just like, if you make decisions that align with your desired reality, then you will get it. Like, it will be opened up to you, but it's not necessarily going to be easy to make those decisions when you are being faced with decisions, when you're being faced with situations that make you feel like you have no idea how your desired reality is going to work, or how it's going to come to fruition, or how it's going to manifest. Okay? So there's going to need to be, again, just times of knowing what to do in order to regulate yourself, in order to get yourself to remain positive, in order to keep yourself from giving up, basically. The challenge in Scorpio season is going to be giving up. That is what the challenge is. It will, Scorpio season, and I wish that every time I did a reading, I could just come on here and say, oh, you have trillions of blessings coming in Scorpio season, and everything is going to be peaches and rainbows and cupcakes. But honestly, that's just not the vibes. And I be the one to have to break it to you, because these other readers gonna lie to you. But hey, Scorpio season is likely going to have some moments in it that makes you think about giving up, that makes you think about, you know what, F this, I'm finna just make a OF. I'm just kidding. Hey, if that's what you want to do, but for a lot of you, that would be like your last fucking resort. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being dramatic and a little humorous when I say that. But Scorpio season, it can make you want to give up on manifesting your desired reality, and kind of just settle for what you already have, even though it's not making you happy. Okay? But of course, since we know that, then we can also overcome that with the power of our mind, our willpower, our heart, our strength, rely on our strength. Okay? Spirit, what else are we going to be learning in Scorpio season? One card, please. Boop. We have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Scorpio season can also be a season where, everybody, the energies affect everybody differently. So this could even be a season where, if you're resonating with me in my readings, this could be a season where you feel like other people around you have it easier than you. And maybe they don't. Maybe they're just, you not in a business. Maybe what they going through ain't none of your business. You know what I'm saying? Just like how what you going through ain't nobody else's business. But maybe, just from your perspective, because you only can perceive life as you, maybe that's another, because this is about challenges, right? We're on challenges. Or are we on learning? We're on challenges, and I keep up. Sheesh. But anyways, yeah, we're on challenges. So another challenge presented in Scorpio season may be you seeing people do good around you, and you seeing people, not struggling or not going through the same thing that you're going through, and you being faced with envy, feeling envious or feeling jealous, and having to tame that, again, regulate yourself, and catch yourself and say, you know what, no, I don't have any reason to be jealous or envious of anybody, because everything that's meant for me is mine. The world, the universe, God has an abundance, a limitless amount of abundance, prosperity, enough for everybody to go around. Okay, there's no reason for me to feel as if I need to be jealous of or envious of anybody else. If anything, I'm going to take another person's success or another person manifesting their dream reality as another sign, as proof that I can do the same thing. And so maybe that's another challenge that you may be faced with in Scorpio season. Okay. And also, I'm hearing just comparing yourself to others in general, like comparing your journey, comparing your timeline, comparing your finances or your looks or whatever the case may be, comparing that to other people. It could even be online. Scorpio season may be a time where being online less might be better for you. I'm actually noticing that with myself lately. I haven't wanted to be on social media as much because I just noticed that I I feel better. My mental health is better when I don't take in so much outside thoughts. Okay, just to break off a little bit into human design. My chart on my human design chart, my headspace is open, meaning that I'm very open minded, which is a good thing sometimes. But on the same time, or on the opposite end, I'm so open minded that sometimes I take in so much information from other people that I find it hard to discern between what is actually my voice and my thoughts and my desires versus what did I just see somebody say that they wanted, or what's the thought process that I just picked up from somebody else that maybe is not actually the best for me. And so for me, being on social media less has helped me to become a lot more clear in what it is that I want for myself and what is best for me and how I regulate myself best, what kind of routine is best for me, all that kind of stuff. So maybe you guys are going to be noticing that social media can present challenges to you in terms of maybe just distracting you, but can also find you, it can also put you into a space that makes you more prone to comparing yourself to others. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is the last challenge spirit of Scorpio season. We have zombie with control, literally. And Scorpio is definitely about control. Scorpios are definitely fucking controlling. Okay. And Scorpios like to try to control, they're fixed sign. They're a fixed sign. So, a lot of times their energy, it just wants to try to have control over everything, and they like things to be predictable. Okay. They like to know what's going to happen next. But at the same time, with Scorpio being such a transformative energy, you never know what the fuck is going to happen. Yeah, you don't. So just let it go. Okay. And practice trusting in yourself, trusting in the universe. Okay. Trusting in your own instincts, trusting in your intuition. Not only to make good decisions, but also to know that the new beginnings that you feel coming are there. You're not being delusional, they are there. You just are having to practice patience as time goes on, as things materialize, but you're not delusional. Okay, and you're going to be presented with some situations that make you feel like you're delusional, that make you feel like you're crazy for thinking that you could have the life that you deserve and that you desire, but you're going to have to push through. Okay, I'm not going to future jump, I'm not going to say anything for certain, but I definitely do feel like I've been saying this, I definitely feel like towards the middle of November, like the energy is just going to become a lot clearer, a lot lighter. I really do feel that. Not to say that there's just, we still have some more transits going on this year. We still have another Mercury retrograde from the end of November to early December. But I do really feel like the hardest part is going to be, like, again, maybe like Scorpio season. And that's just the energy of Scorpio. It is ruled by Pluto. So, this is like that hard energy. And again, Pluto is in Capricorn. It's like it's really coming down final for that final finale, that ending, that build up. Okay. So let's go ahead and end this reading off on a positive note, because yeah, the Scorpio energy is not nothing to play with. But the thing about me, I like to be prepared. And over here, we like to be prepared, because if we know we challenges, I'm sorry, let me not talk too fast. I know I get excited. I get a little passionate. Okay? But if we already know what we're up against, if we already know what we're about to face, then we can go into it with a plan. And also whenever we feel weak, okay, whenever the challenges are getting to us, the stress is getting to us, the anxiety is getting to us, we can reference this reading, okay, and we can be like, you know what, I already watched that Scorpio reading. I already knew that this season was going to be challenging. I already knew that I was going to be challenged in XYZ ways. And so now when I experience that challenge, I can think back and think, you know what, this is just a challenge, and I know how to overcome this. I know how to fix this. I know that I need to keep going. I know that even if I feel a little weak, even if I want to cry today, that tomorrow I'm finna still get back up, because this is only temporary, and I already know that going into it. Okay, so period. Let's go ahead and see, Spirit, what gifts, let's end this off on a positive note. Spirit, what gifts is Scorpio season bringing in for the collective? Spirit, what gifts are positive? What gifts, I don't know, what my mouth is just doing whatever it want to do, because girl, please. Okay, Spirit, what gifts is Scorpio season bringing to the collective? One card, please. We have the Emperor. Literally, And I was actually shuffling a little bit before I started for y'all, and I had the Emperor come out that time too. But yeah, we have the Emperor. So again, Scorpio season, the gift of this is going to be new beginnings, because Emperor is Aries energy. Aries is the first of the zodiac. Aries is the one that busts through that new beginning. Okay, the baby. Okay, the baby of the zodiac. The baby. Some of y'all are pregnant. Some of y'all are literally pregnant, and your due date is literally in Sagittarius season. Somebody's literally pregnant, and their due date is like end of November, early December. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up, because the way that this is just going is just crazy. But yes, okay. What's coming, the gift that comes from Scorpio season is the new beginning. That is on the other side of you sticking it out. Also, it is a purified divine masculine energy, because like I said, a lot of this has to do with faith and but more importantly, discipline and taking action in the physical even when you don't see the things yet. So it's like we did also have the high priestess on the bottom of the deck earlier. So it's like there's this energy here of, I feel like fortification is what I'm hearing. The Emperor is a very solid card. This is like divine energy. The Emperor is like all of the kings put together. So again, that's what I was saying, is like you knowing how to balance the different energies, knowing when to be a little more passionate, when to be logical, when to allow yourself to feel your feelings and be intuitive, but also when to be logical and when to have a bird's eye view and when to do what makes sense in the long term and all these things, when to be practical. It's like Scorpio season, the gift it is bringing is fortification in your foundation that your new desires and your new reality will be built upon. This is also could be you guys building a new routine, new habits. There's a new like sense of structure being built here. That's the gift of Scorpio season, is building, it's finalizing a new structure in your life. And this new structure is going to be what supports literally your future. Literally. Wow. Spirit, what gifts are Scorpio season bringing 2024 for my collective? Scorpio season is also helping you to have clarity in your vision, because the Emperor is about vision as well. The Emperor is a visionary. The Emperor knows exactly what direction he's going in as well. So in Scorpio season, maybe your kind of things are kind of in the air where you're maybe not exactly sure. Again, there's a lot of things that are kind of behind the scenes, or you're not really sure, like you feel them energetically, but you don't know exactly how they're going to materialize or how they're going to show up. There's this energy here with Scorpio season. It's giving you clarity, but I don't feel like it's necessarily clarity in the sense of like you having all the answers, but it's like you have clarity about where you're going even despite not having the answers. You know how strong you are now. You know how intuitive you are now. There's a sense of you going into this with I feel like this is like a fortified self-concept. Okay? Whoa. And then literally here we have the king of, this is the king of discs. I'm sorry, the king of pentacles. Scorpio season is bringing, Scorpio season, the gift is going to be, again, for a fortified foundation. We literally have the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. And a lot of this is about your discipline, your masculine energy, the container energy. Because it's like, you might have ideas, you might have these desires, but Scorpio season, I feel like, is about fortifying the actual material container that is going to hold these blessings, hold these materializations, hold these desires. This is about creating literally the physical aspects of the lifestyle change to bring in what it is that you're looking for. So literally, again, you might be trying to manifest a relationship, and this looks like you meeting somebody and starting like the first initial like talking stages. This could be you wanting to be into a relationship, and there's something about excuse me. This could even be where maybe you're not having the exact talking stage in Scorpio season, but like that it's going to come shortly after that, and you're like pushing through and staying celibate, or not settling in a time where you kind of we're in a time where you're being very tempted to lower your standards. Okay, this could be you pushing for a new job or pushing to expand your finances in a specific way, while maybe you still have bills knocking on the door, debt that's piling up, but you just are having faith that your situation is about to change, okay? And the thing about it is that the gift through all of that is that as you continue to stay firm in that, you end up getting exactly what it is that you were trying to manifest. We literally have the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. For a lot of you, this has to do with money. And you may experience some financial challenges in Scorpio season, but you pushing through these challenges in the way that you already know to go is going to be the end of that phase for you. Once you go through Scorpio season and once you finish out whatever challenges that Scorpio season brings, it puts you in a place to where now you have a foundation and you're not ever going to end up in that situation again. This is something where it's like, again, you're pushing through something that's really difficult, but it's like once you push through and once it's done, it's done. And you're not going to have to end up in that situation anymore. It's literally like birth. Like like I said, like the last couple of weeks of pregnancy, it's really, I've never been pregnant before, but from what I have heard and seen, women are really tired and in pain and exhausted and all these things towards the end. And of course, the birth itself is, a very dramatic, life-changing event. But on the other side of that is a new beginning and a child, which brings a whole new life, a whole new foundation where you're not going to ever go back to what it was before that. And this feels like that type of energy, okay? And again, this new beginning is positive. This is not anything, of course, every phase has its own challenges, but I do feel like this is something that's going to be better for you than what you are currently experiencing. Okay. Spirit, what other gifts does Scorpio season have for us? If you're still here with me all the way back here, all the way 50 minutes in, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check out Patreon if you're into writing and into exclusive readings. Other than that, let's get back into it. We have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Okay. The gift of Scorpio season is going to be really showing you your weaknesses as well as your strengths. Your weaknesses as well as your strengths, showing you how to balance all the aspects of yourself. Because again, I feel like Scorpio season is going to be up and down. There's going to be moments of, dealing with your emotions and dealing with your mind and your body and all these things, and you learning how to integrate all these parts of yourself into one. Like I said, with the Emperor, it's all of the kings in one. You're learning how to really integrate all aspects of you, your shadow self, your feelings, your thoughts, your desires, your fears, all of it. Like you're going to be really facing the true you. This is also making me think about, a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to put as the beginning of this intro, the intro to this video. It's not really spooky, but whatever. Because I'm channeling this scene in Naruto where he had to go face to face with his shadow self, and that's exactly what I feel like Scorpio season is bringing. And I mean, that would make a lot of sense. Scorpio is literally about the shadow self, rebirth, the depths of the emotionals, So let's go ahead and see for the last card in terms of the gifts, and then we will go ahead and get into just pulling some oracles and affirmations for Scorpio season. Spirit, what are the gifts that Scorpio season will be bringing to my collective? Okay, one card, please. Spirit, what gifts? Period. I can make this up if I try to. We have Black Cat. Fortune meets opportunity. I'm telling you, Scorpio season is going to be one of those seasons where I'm hearing high highs and low lows. I'm not even gonna hold you, because like I said, it's like things are like what, like your old frequency and your own timeline is like literally dying and crumbling at the same time that the new one is being born. And it's like you're kind of in this in between phase where you don't really have much to catch you on. Like you might literally feel like you're just in the air, because it's like what you're on is crumbling, but then what you finna go to is not quite ready yet. It's like when you have to move out of an apartment, and it's like you have to be out of this apartment on the 15th of one month, but then you don't move into this apartment until the 5th of the next month. So you have this like 2 to 3 weeks where you have to just figure out where you finna stay. And it's like, oh my God, like this is so annoying. I'm couch hopping. I'm couch surfing. I'm asking this person, can I sleep on your couch for a week or two? And can I sleep here? Or, you in a hotel this day, you're trying to just figure out where you're going to be at in this in-between phase until boom, okay, I can move into my place. This is like exactly what this phase feels like. Okay. But at the same time, as you're going through this, there's going to be gems, I'm hearing, gifts, people, connections, opportunities, miracles, things I'm hearing money to be made as well along this obstacle course, along this journey. This feels like this is like when you're playing Mario and like, the level might be kind of hard, but still amongst the level, there's coins to be collected. Okay. Even the big coins to be collected. There's little couple, secret tonal ways and, a little couple cheat codes in there. There's a couple stars in there. There's some power ups in there. It's kind of a hard level, but there's still some gems to be gained. And I feel like that's what Scorpio, the gifts are bringing. Definitely, especially towards this new beginning. Scorpio season is going to have, I'm hearing some of the small seeds. You're going to start to see some of the small seeds of your new beginning. So like I said, some of y'all just could literally be getting a new job or something or meeting somebody new. But it just, is still progressing. Or this could even be just meeting new people who maybe maybe you're probably even going to be meeting certain people or experiencing certain things where like in the moment it doesn't really seem like it was much. It doesn't seem like it was much to brag about or really, tell somebody about, but you'll see months later how you meeting that person or you experiencing that one thing or going to that one place was actually an opportunity for something bigger that ends up manifesting more long term. Okay. Interesting. So that's what we have for the gifts of Scorpio season. Overall, Scorpio season feels like one of them seasons where it's like, it's going to be hard, but it is what you make it. If you decide to still push through, then you're going to still see that amongst the challenges. But if you let the challenges get to you and you decide to give up, then I don't know. I guess you just gave up, but we don't give up over here. I already know if you're watching this, especially if you're still here an hour in 555 on a timer. Yeah, you're not giving up. I already know. I don't even attract people like that. I attract people who want to go hard, who want to come out on the other side. Okay. So let's go ahead and see, Spirit, what additional messages do you have for my collective for Scorpio season? We have congratulations. Some of y'all literally are having babies, meeting somebody that you're going to end up being in a relationship with. Some of y'all could be also planning a wedding, I'm hearing, or somebody's planning a proposal. And maybe that's where Scorpio season is kind of stressful because maybe, the wedding is in December or something about some type of planning period being over in December or towards the end of November. Okay. But again, some of y'all are getting jobs. Some people are having babies. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, what additional messages do you have for my collective for this Scorpio season? We have, what the freak? I think I want to marry you. Yeah, somebody could definitely be planning a proposal or a wedding or an engagement. Yeah, a proposal or a wedding. We have highly blessed, spiritually protected. Okay. It's going to be key for you to remember that in Scorpio season when you're faced with certain challenges. Okay. And then we have, I'm watching you from the shadows and you're meant to be famous. And you know what's so funny? My collective, I always get messages like this. We have, you're not wrong. That person is hiding negative intentions. So I get this message often, like with my collective, it's like, y'all be so focused on your own life and your own challenges and trying to better yourself that you don't really like notice how much other people are watching you and how much other people look to you as inspiration. But sometimes people also feel envious of you. And even when we had that envy card earlier, sometimes some of this may be where you feel envy or maybe you find yourself comparing yourself to other people. But this could also be other people comparing themselves to you and feeling envious of you and you having to protect yourself from that energy. Okay. Also, with this, you're meant to be famous. I do see you all again building up these new beginnings. A lot of you are starting businesses or starting creative careers or platforms or putting your art out there, something like that. Okay. Starting new platforms, like because I have a card that says start the YouTube, write the book, drop the song. And I feel like some of you are doing something like that, like working on creative projects. And you're behind the scenes of this, so you're seeing like how much is actually taking out of you to do all these things and to keep up with everything that you're trying to build for your life. But other people just kind of see you it's like they just think that you're coasting or you make it look easy and you're inspiring to people, but you're also, some people also get a little envious and they have negative intentions, but I don't really see it affecting anything. I just think it's something that you may be aware of or that you may sense in Scorpio season. Okay. Spirit, what else? What are the other additional messages for my collective regarding the Scorpio season? Whoa. Oh, that one wanted to come out. And Okay. Alrighty. So, popping off, we have I compare myself to you. I noticed this card, and then we have you're too good for me. So yeah, even though Scorpio season is going to be challenging for you, you're still going to be growing, especially on a energetic level, and people are going to be able to see that, and some people are going to be comparing themselves to you and just feeling like they don't measure up. So you may be literally dealing with other people's envy and insecurities being projected onto you in Scorpio season. That may be another one of the challenges. We literally had envy as one of the oracle cards, but again, just stay focused. You have a lot of positive things coming for you at the exact same time. Okay. We have you need to meditate more. Okay. So in Scorpio season, there is a need to stay grounded. Absolutely stay grounded, because again, I'm already just and this is not me trying to like incite fear or anything, but that's just the truth of Scorpio energy. You know, this energy feels like it is going to be challenging in certain ways, and there's a need to be aware of that and to like do something about it. You know, stay grounded, stay um clear minded, try to make sure that you're prioritizing your peace of mind and not feeding into any anxiety or fear that may come up or that may get triggered through different situations. Okay, maintaining your peace of mind is going to be like really, really important in Scorpio season. Next, we have book the trip and solo travel. So some of you could have trips planned in Scorpio season, and maybe that has something to do with the stress, but also the positivity, because it's like I'm happy to be going on a trip, but then I'm also stressed a little bit about just figuring out my way from the airport to my hotel, and just the typical stresses of traveling and making it to my plane on time, or if I'm taking a road trip, making sure I have enough money for gas, and that I packed enough snacks on the road, stuff like that. Okay. And then lastly, we have Gemini and Libra. So Gemini and Libra placements could be significant. You could have those in your chart. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even really going to get too into that. Let's go ahead and pull some affirmations, Spirit. What affirmations will help my collective out during Scorpio season? First, we have I release all that no longer. This is a perfect one to start out with. Wow. Wow. I release all that no longer aligns with my highest good, clearing the path for miracles to unfold. Period. I release all that no longer aligns with my highest good, clearing the path for miracles to unfold. Next, we have the universe loves me and I am highly favored. Period. We literally have highly blessed, highly blessed, yeah, spiritually protected. And then the universe loves me and I'm highly favored. Period. Whoa. We have I pour into myself without guilt. Okay, period. We have the more I rest, the more I attract. We have I have clarity in my visions and a clear direction for my life. Well, again, I literally said that. Scorpio season is bringing us more clarity, more direction. Okay, with that Emperor energy. And I'm also feeling like balance as well with us having Libra with literally the scales and balancing the scales, and then Gemini with the twins energy. There's energy here about and literally, like I said, with like that duality of like the old ending and the new beginning. There's a lot of Scorpio season is going to be about duality and finding balance. And we literally had balance come out earlier. Yeah. It's going to be about balancing like the positives and the negatives of life, balancing the highs and the lows, balancing the ebbs and the flows. Okay. Bars. Yeah. And so it's like there's a need to know when and be disciplined in multiple ways. So be disciplined in knowing when it's time to rest and when it's time to work, when it's time to play, when it's time to be more structured and be more serious and sacrifice short term for the long term. We have I can't make this up. We have I am grounded and have a strong sense of who I am and what I'm building. I am grounded and have a strong sense of who I am and what I'm building. And I'm going to go ahead and pull one more, and then we will end it off. Last but not least, we have a windfall of money is here. I cannot make this up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Listen, Scorpio season is going to be what you make it. Okay? Scorpio season is going to be challenging. It's going to have its highs and its lows. But I'm telling you, if you can just stick through especially through this type of chaotic, tumultuous, transformative energy. The proof is in the pudding as to what's on the other side. Okay. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonates for you. Drop me some hearts down below in the comments, whether it's heart hands or heart emoji, if you made it all the way to the end. I also would love to have you as a part of my community. So go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Like the video on your way out. Again, if you would like to donate to support the channel, it's never expected, but always appreciated. You can find that information down below. If you would like to book a personal, you can do that down below. And if you would like to subscribe and join the Patreon, then you can find that information also down below. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.